As the Trump administration continues its mass deportation efforts all across the nation, South Carolina Attorney General Alan Wilson is urging sheriffs to partner with ICE, and he wants them to apply for ICE's Section 287G program, a voluntary partnership between ICE and state and local officials. So it would allow sheriffs to perform immigration enforcement efforts in their own communities. And to fully understand this new directive, I want to welcome in South Carolina Attorney General Alan Wilson. AG Wilson, thanks so much for being on with us here at Queen City News. Let's first talk about this letter that went out to all South Carolina sheriffs yesterday. So this is a voluntary partnership between ICE and local officials that gives designated officers the ability to perform limited functions in regards to immigration enforcement. So can you give us some understanding on what that actually means legally for these new officers?
Absolutely. Well, local law enforcement in South Carolina, they're already patrolling the streets, neighborhoods, and communities. They're out there keeping their citizenry safe. And what this program does is, as you said, it's a voluntary partnership program that allows them to support ICE efforts when they come across illegal aliens who are committing crimes. These are people that when they interdict them or when they arrest them for a drug offense, a property offense, or a violent crime, it allows them to kind of be deputized ICE officials with limited purposes. For instance, the program 287G is scalable. I mean, you could be a process server for ICE, you could be a detention facility for ICE, you could be an enforcement officer for ICE. It just depends on ICE's needs and the capabilities of the sheriff's department or the police department that is participating in this particular program.
All right, so the wording says that you are encouraging sheriffs to work with ICE. Have you heard of any department giving you any pushback? And what are the consequences if they fail to cooperate?
So this is a voluntary program. The letter is to notify the sheriffs that the program is being revamped right now. Over the last several years, the program was watered down. It was made incredibly cumbersome and very expensive to be part of. There were so many requirements placed on the 287G program that it wasn't worth law enforcement being a member of that program. I have been in touch with senior officials at the Department of Homeland Security and ICE who are actually revamping the program right now. They're going to try to make it more scalable to each individual department that seeks to be part of this. And they're also trying to make it so that it is practical to be a member of this. Again, this is about bandwidth. ICE can't be everywhere, but the sheriff's departments, the police departments are more ingrained in their local community. So this basically creates a bridge between federal law enforcement and local law enforcement when they come across criminal illegal aliens who are committing crimes. It allows us to expedite the processing, detention, and deportation of those individuals.
And the last question I have for you is there are a lot of people right now who are undocumented living in this country. They have anxiety, they have fear, they're very concerned. I didn't know if you know specifically in South Carolina how many numbers we're talking about undocumented immigrants. And then also there are groups now that are forming to let undocumented people know their rights in case that they're approached by immigrations and customs enforcement agents. So at what point do these activities cross the line?
Well, first off, people who are here illegally are here illegally. That's against federal law. But for purposes of prioritizing this deportation, they're going after the most dangerous, the people who are here committing crimes. I mean, Exhibit 1A is the Laken Riley incident that occurred in Georgia that Congress just passed a law named after this young woman who was murdered by an illegal alien who had been detained in another state for committing a simple property offense and was released. This is designed to go after that. This is about protecting the public. Not just people who are here legally, but people who are here illegally deserve our protection as well. So this allows law enforcement officials who are conducting law enforcement operations in their communities to support the ICE efforts when they come across an illegal alien, especially those who are committing violent crimes. This isn't about ripping children out of schools or going in and kicking in doors of people who are law-abiding citizens. This is just about giving law enforcement more bandwidth to work with our federal law enforcement officials who are charged with keeping our borders safe. This is common sense. This is public safety. This is about protecting people.
Attorney General Alan Wilson, thank you so much for being on here with Queen City News and giving us the information with this new initiative and this new program. We appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Thank you.